Hey everyone, welcome into this impromptu broadcast. I mean, like for real. Um, I've experienced something in the past 24 hours that made such an impact on me that I simply just had to come on and do a live stream. And if you're looking at what it says in the description of what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking right now to probably one of the best coaches in the biz here, especially for making money on Fiverr. This is, doing this in the manner in which I do it, which is always it's so much off the cuff and it's so much inspirational based and what it is that I'm looking to gain from just trying out new things. And so many times what happens is people are scared to try out new things. They're scared to take advice. They're scared to try something different and go outside of the box on what it is that they really want to accomplish. And so as we're doing this live stream, please come on in and put in your comments, questions, so on and so forth. And I really want to have a great discussion. So, who am I talking about here? Who is this coach that has inspired Earl Hall? Well, you guys all know him. His name is Anthony Pica. Anthony, welcome into the live stream today. And thanks so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to just be with us here today.
Absolutely. I love being here with you, and thank you so much for having me, man. Really, thank you.
Well, let me just tell you, I'm going to give you some kudos. So you're going to blush a little bit and, all that other kind of stuff. Some of you may or may not know, I mean, Anthony is one of my clients, and he's one of the people that I talk to now on really almost a daily basis now. You and I are talking about something and, mostly in regards to your business and what you're trying to accomplish. And a couple of days ago, something so interesting happened for me. It was just interesting. You shoot me over a text message saying, "Hey, Earl, I think we can make your Fiverr gig better. I was checking it out and I think we can make this better." Now, I'm sitting here. Now, I'm not all over Fiverr all the time. I'm not one of the guys that's posting stuff about Fiverr a lot because most of my business comes in through direct email marketing is basically the bulk of my business. Not that I want to ignore Fiverr, but I've just never dug all into it. So I'm like, huh, that's interesting. This guy that I'm coaching is now trying to coach me. But I know it was I know where you're coming from. It was from a place of, hey, I just want to offer something here. I just want to, do this. And so we set a time, which was yesterday afternoon at about 4 p.m. your time, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And people that know me know that I don't give much power to anyone. But I gave Anthony control of my computer so that he could go in and show me all the crap that was messed up about my Fiverr gig. And he literally redid my gig. Literally. And Anthony, why don't you tell what was some of the stuff I was doing wrong? What was some of the stuff that I was just doing wrong? Because even though the great course that's out there, how you made over 20 grand in 2018 on Fiverr, that course has blown up. A lot of people have taken that course, but I'm one of those guys that is like, yeah, it's one thing to take a course or to watch a video, but it's another thing to talk to the guy. Because one of the things that impressed me about you, Anthony, you not only were manipulating my gig and changing things up, you were telling me why. And that was a key point for me. So tell the folks how screwed up my Fiverr gig was that you actually went and redid.
No. Well, first, again, thank you so much for having me. I really, really enjoy being here and love working with you. Now, it's not just you. There's so many people that I see now regularly because so many people contact me about their Fiverr gig, and there's some general things that happen, and I think a lot of us forget to realize that Fiverr is all about traffic and getting people to see your gigs. So some of the things that we worked on was everything from your title to your tags to your description to the pricing to your facts section and what you're offering for extras. I mean, I think we went over the entire thing, which was great. And then you went in and redid your videos, which are fantastic.
Thank you.
Absolutely love them. You did a great job. But it's not so much that they're messed up. It's just that when it comes to the point where a lot of us are trying to get business on Fiverr, the deal is that when we first start out and we're not swamped with business, we
Hmm.
have to be found. And in order to get found, you have to take your gig and you have to optimize it completely from every point needs to mix together. So some things that we were going for,
That was really interesting to me how you took me through that process.
yeah.
Things I would have never thought about, but you've obviously done the work, and you know how these things all link up together and how they ought to be. It was phenomenal to me to watch you work your magic on
Well,
my own
thank you.
gig.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, and what's interesting is you had a lot of the components, and I see people, a lot of people do. They have components here or there, but what I've learned about Fiverr over this last couple of years is how it's important how you take those components and weave them together so that they are that your gig becomes one total entity, basically one coherent message. And that's what we're shooting for, is one message from
Yeah.
everything that you're seeing. And then the algorithm also, that it will reflect that in the rankings even before you are getting loads of business, so and also it shows people too, and this is one of the biggest things. It shows the people who are coming there that you know what you're doing. You look professional. It reads professional. The copy, the title, the
Mm,
gig, everything. There's nothing there that's a hiccup. And our job is to remove all of those hiccups that are in the way of getting you to that place where you're in front of people who are buying your stuff. So I had a great time working with you, and you are a blast. I love working with you. Yeah.
well, one of well, there were so many great points to what you did on my Fiverr gig yesterday, and all the different things that you exposed me to that I just had no idea about because I'd not played in the ecosystem very long or very well. With that, I think, I mean, in the 2 years that I've been on Fiverr, I've got like $9,000 that I've made on Fiverr, which isn't a lot over a 2 year period. Maybe a lot to some, but
Well, no, it
you know,
was really actually I think it was great, and I have to say, and this is something that you put me onto, and I absolutely love it. There's the ability with Zoom and a program
yes,
where you can actually give permission to take over someone's computer and actually go through and set things up and work with
yeah,
them directly, and I absolutely love that. But what it allowed me to do was to go through and see where you are. I got to see what you've done on Fiverr. I
hmm,
got to see your impressions. I mean, it's interesting. A lot of the people I've been working with, and it's great because I've been starting to do a lot of coaching on Fiverr. A lot
hmm,
of people I've been working with, the impressions. I hear a lot of things about impressions and what they've heard people say, and from my own experience, I know how many impressions. Like I could look at your entire business by just checking out your impressions,
yeah.
and I would know right away how you're doing.
Yeah, because you
Um,
were like, "Oh, this is way low. We need to get this
right.
up. This is Earl. You're a piece of shit here. What are you doing,
No,
man?"
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that, but I did say that we needed to get them up. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think that the key again, and this is where it's so important, is that optimizing your Fiverr account and all the
Hmm.
gigs you have uh, really will help you get the traffic you want to get before the business starts rolling in.
Mm,
You got to get people in front of your stuff before they're gonna order. Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
So that's the key. And by doing these things that we were doing, you're optimized to be right there at the front of the pack. So I'm excited for you because you got a great looking gig.
Well, and thank you so much. And that's all to your help and with the suggestions that you gave to me. And I did put in the comments, if you guys have not gotten his course on Fiverr, you need to grab that course. So I put the link in the comments. And those of you that haven't gotten it, go get it. But I'm going to take this a step further. And many of you have heard me say this before. And Anthony, you've probably heard me say this. It's one thing to watch a video, but it's a whole other thing to work with you directly.
Hmm.
It's a whole nother level. You want to get the course so that you get the understanding of what needs to be done. But when you really want to focus this in and laser focus this and really start getting some traction, working one on one with Anthony is the thing to do, because it's ironic enough. We can make videos all day long, but when you're one on one, you inevitably say things you've never said before. You inevitably reveal secrets that you didn't reveal before, not because you were trying to keep them away, but it
Right.
just, you're making a video. So you're talking, but now when you're working one on one, it's that Serena Williams analogy that I gave so long ago. It's like, it's one thing for you to read a book, you can get some information. It's another thing to watch a video and a training course, you'll get another level of information. But if you're a tennis player and you want to learn tennis, you can watch a video all day of Serena Williams, but you're not going to get anywhere until you get on the court. And Serena
Right.
is right there with you. Let Anthony be your Serena Williams here when it comes down to this Fiverr thing. Get the course, get an understanding of what it is that you need to do, and then you need to hire this guy. I'm not even kidding. It's Anthony, and I hope you don't mind me saying this. Anthony was doing this out of the kindness of his heart, but I live this life every day. And when we got off of that call, and I'm sitting here realizing Anthony just spent an hour with me, coaching me and helping me do something that I could not have done on my own. I sent him his fee for coaching. And I think you were probably shocked that I did that.
No, I did. I sent you back a message. I said, "What was that for?"
And it's like there's this hip hop song out, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it. And so when it was over, it's like, look, you guys have heard me say, don't call these people up or send them instant messages and don't pay for their time. This is their time. And I had to walk it like I talk it. So I sent him his fee for coaching me for an hour. And that's what needs to happen. He was doing it out of the kindness of his heart, but I was also doing it because I knew it was the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do when someone is helping you build your business. You need to offer them something of value, which in most cases is money, to do that and what that fee is. Anthony, if someone wants to actually hire you directly to help, like you did, what you did for me yesterday afternoon blew my mind, quite frankly. And I love your coaching style and I love the way you explain things and put things together. How can someone come to you directly to hire you to help them set up their Fiverr gig from beginning to end, like you did for me in just an hour on yesterday?
Absolutely. Well, actually, you can go to aviosjourney.com. I'm sure everybody has seen my relentless posting about that phrase of a VO's journey, with the podcast. But if you go to aviosjourney.com, actually, the first thing right on there, the page is just a link to learn more about the coaching, and you can sign up. And there's also a calendar there that's attached to it that you can get a time. But I also recommend, because it's interesting, I have a lot of people, as you all know, all of our schedules are crazy. So in the end, contact me, send me a message. As you know, if you're a late night person, I am too. So, I did a coaching the other night. I had a wonderful VO contact me, and they were like, "Listen, I've had a lot of success on Fiverr in the past, but I left, and I've had trouble getting back in there. Are you free tonight?" And I was like, "Well, I'm free to like 11 p.m." And they're like, "Okay, great." So we did a session from 11 p.m. to 12, and it worked out fantastic. So I love coaching. I love helping people. It's one of my things. And
Yeah.
also, so you can go to aviosjourney.com, or
I
you
just
can
put the
message
link in the
me.
comments. I just
Okay,
put the link
awesome.
in the comments too.
Awesome. And when you go there, you'll see it's actually one of the first things that pop up. You can see it says "Learn more about coaching one-on-one with me." And I also I wanted to go back and say something too about what you had said about working one-on-one. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing I said, and this is what makes working one-on-one, I think, special. The first thing I said to you, Earl, too, was when we started, was that while we're going through this, I said, if there is something that you are doing, something that you are trying for your business, something
Mm-hmm.
that is important to you, let's weave that in. Tell me so that we can make that a part of
Yeah.
it. And I think that's what's special about working one on one with someone, is that you have your own intricacies, you have your own business
Yeah.
goals. You are a unique person, and it's important to put that into what you're doing. So that's something really cool. I love working one on one. So that's how you can get working with me. Message me, or go to my website at viosjourney.com, and you can sign up there. And it's pretty simple, actually.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Anthony, I mean, thank you so much for taking time out. I know you got your
Thank
day
you.
job and you're there. And, I called you. Well, I sent you a message on the way into the office like, hey, you got a minute? We need to do something here. And I wanted to do that because it impacted me so much how you did what you did with my Fiverr gig yesterday. It was just phenomenal to me. And I wanted to make sure that people knew that as far as what my own personal experience was
Right.
with working with you. And so
Thank you.
we'll be monitoring my Fiverr gig
Absolutely.
and seeing how that goes and everything. But yeah, make sure if you haven't got the course, get the course. The link
Yeah.
is right in the comments. If you want to work one-on-one with Anthony, which is the thing that I really suggest that you do, is you want to work one-on-one with Anthony to get this thing dialed in and done appropriately. So, Anthony, thanks so much for being here, man. I mean, I love you to death, man. You're my guy for real.
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And by the way, I had to give you kudos because what we did, when I worked with you, something amazing that you did, and I love this about you, is you do not waste any time. And that is so important. And I would say that for everybody. I mean, use Earl as an example of that because you went in as soon as we were done. I gave you a suggestion about your video and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you changed it. I mean,
Yeah,
immediately. I mean,
that's
there
the
was
thing.
no
Execution.
pause.
If there's no execution, all that information is bullcrap unless you execute on it.
Right.
I got coached. You told me what I should do. What am I going to wait for?
Right.
You know, why wait? If you want the result, go take the action that's going to get you the result.
Well, I'm excited for you, and thank you so much for having me on. And I look forward to talking to everybody. And thank you again, Earl. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Well, look, you have a great day.